Guys, it is Monday, and every Monday we like to bring in our friend Jeff from MerlinChain. MerlinChain, they're actually doing a lot, guys. So huge updates from Merlin. So recently, they just announced a partnership with Wrapped Bitcoin. Wrapped BTC is absolutely one of the biggest wrapped coins ever, right? There's billions of dollars locked in wrapped on every chain. I mean, if there's wrapped Bitcoin on a lot of chains, it's everywhere. But Merlin also has an MBTC, right? So that's actually pretty awesome that they're kind of solidifying themselves as a wrapped contender, but also partnering with the king of wrapped coins, which is WBTC. So this is really amazing. Not to mention, MerlinChain got Bitmap on an exchange. They got some ERC-20s on an exchange. This is absolutely madness what they're able to accomplish over there on MerlinChain.
Yeah, I agree, and it's not just a partnership. And you're talking about almost kind of like a fraternity of being like integrated into their DAO, right? So a member of the DAO. So that what do you have to have for that? You have to have trust, you have to have big responsibility, and a lot of things. And so we'll let Jeff kind of get into that, and we'll ask him some questions about it. And there's a lot of things, though. You know, the Bitmap token, kind of see some other updates before we jump into that huge topic there.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. So without further ado, let's bring him up. Jeff, welcome back to OnChain Revolution. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Cool. Hey, hey guys. I'm in London right now, so it's like what time? 5 p.m. Yeah, 5 p.m. You guys are making me miss,
Oh no!
Sunshine. Yeah, the beautiful sunshine today. The weather is pretty awesome. It's not cold, it's not hot, and I just spent a few days here, and I'm flying to Dubai tomorrow morning, and to attend the Token 2049. So still lots of meetings ahead.
Awesome. Glad to be back myself, and glad to have you on, and really you dedicating your time for the community here. But a lot of stuff happening with MerlinChain. I want to kick it off with something that you're passionate about. I mean, your Twitter name is Bitmap Tech, right? So the announcement of Bitmap Token getting listed on respectable centralized exchange. Could you talk a little bit about that and how that happened and what you expect for the future of the token?
Yeah, so I think after last year, there are fewer and fewer exchanges, interested in BRC20 and runes, which I just heard you guys talking about the dog token and CX stuff. But there are still some exchanges, they strongly believe that BRC20 and runes have potential in the future. And it's just like a cycle thing. Sometimes it gets like super popular, and sometimes it just gets like left out for a while. So BTSE is like one of the biggest exchange in Asia, and I think they're based in Taiwan, and they have many Asian users. I think the biggest community is Chinese, Japanese, and some other countries as well. So they ask us, just to recommend some tokens, for them to start with. We recommended Merl, of course, and Party and Bitmap token. So yeah, I think like I said in Twitter, I think it's just a start. Just make more progress with First, I think changing the non-fungible format of Bitmap into the fungible token is a great thing, because I think Bitmap is still growing every day. Every day there are 144 new blocks, and with all that UTXO, you can never trade them easily on layer 1. So that's why we need the wrapped version of the fungible tokens, and because more exchanges list them in the future, it's going to be much easier and cheaper for users to buy them.
Yeah, exactly. And I had a vision a long time ago whenever, I was hearing about this Bitmap token being on Merlin, or the idea of it. And I just thought about supply and demand. Could you go into a little bit of how, if this gets picked up by another centralized exchange, how this can affect like the value of Bitmap, maybe from a branding level and just a monetary value?
Yeah, because if you are an inscription on layer 1, it's really hard to attract new users. I mean, we have to admit that, right? Because I don't think we see many users, install Unisat or Xverse in the past few months. I mean, they are, but like there are not many. But if that token is on centralized exchange, people can see the trend. It's going up, and people can check the introduction. People can join the community and understand what is behind that asset. I think first you definitely educate more users. Second, and when these users are interested, it's going to be much easier for them to buy, right? On CX, you just use stable coins and to buy these assets, and also more buying power will eventually drive the price higher, because these people, they buy the Bitmaps who will never buy them on chain, on Bitcoin layer 1, and this could drive more buying power and to make the whole asset in a much more valuable way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, man. 100%. And this is a big deal for a lot of other reasons as well. So we were just talking about how Cardano has like no alts that are on any exchanges, right? So Merlin now has a bunch of these ERC-20s that run on MerlinChain on centralized exchanges. This is a big deal for that reason as well, as a lot of people are starting to trust the MerlinChain and the coins that run on top of it. How big of a stamp of approval do you think that is from exchanges to launch not just Merl, but tokens running under Merl?
Yeah, that is something we actually tried very hard last year, because we know for sure many exchanges just won't introduce the Ruins deposit and BRC20 deposit. So imagine you're a CX CEO, it's going to be paying the ass for you to integrate the deposit on Bitcoin layer 1. And that's why I don't know if you guys remember last year when few tokens, Ruins tokens, I think one is called the X. Do you guys remember? The X,
Bitcoin
the
X.
Ruins. Yeah, the X Ruins. So they basically launched on Merlin and give their airdrop on Merlin, and then you can use Merlin network to deposit into Bitget, which Bitget is a very, very good exchange. So that is what we're trying to push. And also last year many exchanges asked us about can we do DOC deposit so they can list DOC, and but the last thing they're trying to contact the team, but anyway, it fell off. But I think that shows exactly why we're doing this, because if in the future there are like more new tokens on layer 1, great community behind that token, but like very few exchanges can accept that. That is what happened like right now. I don't see any new exchange integrate with Ruins in the past few months, because it's just not worth it. So I think Merlin has that responsibility to do that. And right now we are integrated with over 20 plus different exchanges on network. So if there's a new Ruins token or BRC20 token, these exchanges can be listing this token in a second. Like when you guys see like Trump token in the morning, and in 4 hours, OKX, Binance, like all these exchanges list Trump because they integrate the Solana network. So I think this is actually very important. But let's see what happens in the future.
Yeah, because it benefits both ways. Let's say that there's centralized exchanges that do add Ruins infrastructure and they bring on Ruins, but then there's some that just don't want to go through that hassle. Then there's 2 options, right? You can do it the simple way. The supply and demand is still there, because once the ERC-20 version of the token goes over, it still has to be replenished if the supply goes down, and you would get that from bridging over from layer 1. So at the end of the day, it all works out, right, in terms of creating that demand, right?
Yeah, like okay, so let's do like audience sets with Merlin network standard as well. So I think technically this is very important, but because it's all tech and all BD, so it's not that cool to talk about. But I do think it's like a joint effort trying to push Bitcoin assets into more trading platforms.
Yeah
100%, man. Let's jump into the next thing here. This is absolutely huge, Jeff. So we were actually doing some research on this this morning. So Merlin has done a partnership with the Wrap Bitcoin DAO. I don't think people understand how big that is, because Wrap Bitcoin DAO has billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin sitting there, and we're actually named as one of the co-signers. Could you kind of get into a little bit of that for us?
Yeah, I think Wrap Bitcoin is you know, first it has long history, and I think it is one of the most important assets in crypto space. I think WBTC has about over like 10 to 12 billion US dollar worth of Bitcoin there, and it is accepted by most DeFi protocols. It was accepted by most chains. Layer Zero had a strategic partnership with them to bridge the assets from Ethereum Layer 1 to other chains as well, which is also integrated with Merlin. So first, I think this is very important protocol because users need wrap Bitcoin on EVM network years ago. And second is because from last year, many projects are doing BTC5. No matter what your opinions is on that, I think it's going to happen, and I think it's benefiting everyone because there's some people call them smart or dumb, it doesn't matter. There's some people willing to lock their Bitcoin, and this is helping everyone. Even you are a Solana holder, Bitcoin price going up, it still helps you. So no matter your Bitcoin Maxi, your MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, whoever you are, Donald Trump, you will love the BTC5 narrative eventually. So I think these two things, the intersection here is how can we push more Bitcoin into the BTC5, because WBTC is wrap Bitcoin, lots of history, lots of chains, lots of volumes, and BTC5 is a new thing. So you can see like Solve BTC, MBTC, Babylon, like all these new protocols doing new innovations, but WBTC somehow seems stuck there and didn't do much about it. So I think that is why we jump in. We have partnerships. We basically started the BTC5 last year, so we have all these users, protocols, builders trying to build BTC5, and also we will have over 10 to 12 billion dollar worth of Bitcoin there in the custodial. And what if we put them together? Because the strength of WBTC, it is accepted by most protocols and chains. No other Bitcoin have that kind of power. No matter your Coinbase Bitcoin, CBBTC, or Binance Bitcoin, BTCB, or MBTC, or Soft Bitcoin, like all these BTC ticker doesn't have the trust and the power of WBTC. But on the other hand, we have the builders, we have the users, and we know what is going on in the BTC5 space. So I think it's great. It's a good opportunity for us, to do this, and also it's pretty honored, to be on their DAO, because they are very like limited. Parties can do that. I think right now they have like 9 co-signers in the DAO, in the core DAO, which we can vote, we can do signatures, and these 9 and the other parties are like Uniswap, like Aave, like MakerDAO, like all these like big DeFi OGs. And last thing is, I was talking to my friend yesterday in London, is I don't think there are many things like make sense in the crypto. Many things we talk about today, like NFT, inscriptions, to be honest, GameFi, metaverse, AI, not all the things make sense. But in my mind, the only 3 things make sense is first stablecoin. I'm talking about Web3, not token.
Yeah.
I mean, all tokens make sense, like XRP, Cardano, whatever. I'm talking like in Web3. First is stablecoin. Stablecoin is like the key that everyone in the world can trade in crypto space. Second is DeFi. If you want to trade on chain in a decentralized way, swap, DEX, lending, getting leverages, becoming LP, like all these things in DeFi make sense because it's actually changing the world. And the third thing I'm thinking about is wrap Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is already huge. Bitcoin is already bought by all these ETF, all these liquid fund, and with wrap Bitcoin, $2 trillion valued asset there, you can do lots of things with wrap Bitcoin. You don't need to wrap other things, but Bitcoin is the first thing you need to do, because like right now, I don't think many institutions or government are buying Solana or Ethereum, but they are buying Bitcoin. So yeah, I think these are the very few things I think actually make sense in Web3, and we're going to build that in a longer term.
Yeah, 100%. And 2, you got to remember, a Bitcoin ETF is just wrap Bitcoin, right? I mean, it's basically the same thing. You're basically, I have a receipt for your Bitcoin, and that's basically what Wrap Bitcoin is. You're saying, hey, I own a Bitcoin that's in this wallet, and I'm using it in an EVM environment. But I'm just curious, how does something like that happen, like behind the curtain? Like, how did you actually? And this is a huge honor, like you mentioned. I mean, BitGo, Curve. I mean, these are huge players in the space. And now, if you go look it up, who's in it, you see at the very bottom, and Merlin as of April. So it's a really cool honor, like you mentioned. But like, how does something like that happen for MerlinChain and you?
Yeah, I think first, we are like one of the very few pioneers in the Bitcoin ecosystems.
Yeah,
Right now, there are many people laughing at Bitcoin ecosystem because they think Bitcoin doesn't have ecosystems. I think this is kind of like hilarious because everybody thought this could be huge last year, but right now everybody thinks Bitcoin doesn't have ecosystem. But we are one of the very few pioneers, and we did put like a lot of effort and time into this. So that proves us have the commitment in the space. The second thing is we don't take like political stand, because I think one bad thing about Bitcoin and also Bitcoin ecosystem is there's too many politics. Like you're supporting Binance Bitcoin, you're supporting Coinbase Bitcoin, like you're supporting Solve, or you're supporting Solve's competitor, lots of FUDs against each other. I think this is really bad because Bitcoin's ecosystem is so small, and you have Bitcoin Maxi who hates Ordinals, and you have Ordinals Maxis who hates Ruins, and you have Ruins Maxis hates whatever out there, and have all these layer 1 Maxis hate layer 2, which we should be friends and not competitors, because we don't dilute your token. And if you look at all these Bitcoin projects, you can see Merlin is the only one doesn't dilute Bitcoin layer 1 assets. All these other projects you're shilling is they dilute your asset. So I do think we don't take political stand. We do this because we believe in Wrap Bitcoin, and I do know for sure WBTC is the most decentralized protocol. You can see their proof of assets on multi wallets. You can see all these transactions. But if you're trying to check Coinbase Bitcoin last year, they don't show you anything about what is CKBTC, what is behind CKBTC, sorry, CBTC. And so I do think WBTC is very, very decentralized and have all people holding the signatures, which is a very important deal. So I think based on all this, we had the communication months ago, and and we choose to work together. It's not about we are working with them or working for them. I think WBTC is a decentralized DAO, and everybody has the responsibility to be part of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, to your previous point, you're right. WBTC is very important. And you can see that with like even World Liberty Fi, the Trump portfolio on Ethereum, they actually purchased WBTC first, right? It's like that was a part of their Bitcoin reserves there. But going back to MerlinChain's role here, or your role with the Wrap Bitcoin DAO, okay? Are you guys coming into this just to kind of be that signer, or do you guys have plans to be more of an active leadership role?
Yeah, I think right now we are probably the more aggressive or active guy in the DAO, because all the other guys, they are like OGs, and they haven't supported or built anything on BTC5. We are the only one doing that. And I know WBTC needs that, because right now all these people who have WBTCs, like either Trump or like these huge DeFi protocols, and not retail users. Like there's no reason for retail users to buy WBTC on Ethereum, right? Because if you don't buy Bitcoin, you just go to Binance or Coinbase to buy Bitcoin. So BTC5 is like having progress, is improving every day, and we want the holders of all these new BTC5 assets, and change them, or trying to like trying to educate them about what is WBTC, and welcome more users to hold WBTC. And also for WBTC, it's not, I don't think it has partnerships with all these BTC fiat projects. I mean, all these projects allow WBTC to basically, like, if you have WBTC on Ethereum, you can use that to mint Solve Bitcoin. But it's like it's like Solve allows WBTC to mint them, but it's not a two-way partnerships. So we want to build more two-way partnerships with WBTC and all these BTC5 projects, and I think we are the only one who can deliver that. So yeah, I think we are the one will be more active in the future and trying to introduce WBTC into the BTC5 space.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to do that, to kind of have WBTC, but then you also have MBTC, right?
Yeah.
Which now, to me, I mean, being the guy who is on the, is one of the guys in the DAO, but then also having MBTC kind of shines a light on MBTC a little bit. It kind of gives it that stamp of approval that we were kind of just talking about. But now, I mean, right now, I think the best strategy for someone who wants to be safe with Bitcoin is a wrap Bitcoin MBTC LP pair, because that's easy money.
Yeah, and MBTC is just like small child here. It only has $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, but WBTC is a big guy here, and we're trying to do we're trying to invent a way that like you're using WBTC, but also you can use that to mint MBTC with yields, and also not only working with MBTC, but also working with Uni Bitcoin, Soft Bitcoin, LBTC, CBBTC, like all these other Bitcoin LRT. And also I think right now too many different protocols, too many bridges. We do see some like security issues in the past. Nothing crucial, but I don't think we need more. How do I say this? We don't need more wrapped Bitcoin. We only need like 1 or 2 or 3 wrapped Bitcoin, but we can build LRT based on that wrapped Bitcoin. For example, if you go to Jupiter on Solana, you see their vault takes in WBTC. Because they don't need to create a new Solana Bitcoin, like S Bitcoin. They don't need to create that. They just accept WBTC and that's it. And you can generate yield in Jupiter. So what I'm saying is, I think in the future, all these other Bitcoin like MBTC, Solve BTC, like all these LRT can just use WBTC or BTCB as a wrap Bitcoin, and somehow we build upon that. Because right now it's too confusing. If you introduce BTC5 to users, it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, and I think you were the perfect person though, because you're right. MerlinChain really did start BTC-Fi, with Solve, and you were able to do stuff there, and it was the first L2 that launched that had that. So I think that's super exciting. This is my last question, and I have to ask this just because I feel like the community, the MerlinChain community, probably wants this question in here. But like, how does this benefit like the MerlinChain and like the community? The one thing I think of is like reputation and brand. But what's your answer to that?
Yeah, first, I think right now everybody in BTC-Fi is trying to upgrade, what we're doing last year. So I think last year, first, not gonna lie, the Merlin Treasury made like a lot of money doing BTC-Fi, and Solve made a lot of money doing BTC-Fi as well. And also users who participate in Babylon, Solve, Merlin surely make a lot of money. The APR is high. I don't think that APR of Bitcoin is ever that high in the Bitcoin history. So if everybody can make money, will this community or ecosystem be stronger? I say yes. This is not a short-term fact. But looking at Solana, like why is Solana going so high last year? Because everyone, or like not everyone, because many people on Solana, they are making profits. They are making money. No matter you are LP on Jupiter or Radium, or you are a trader on Pump Fund. So I think it's very key to, let the participants, the parties, the builders in your ecosystems can, sustain like with a sustainable business model can make revenues and profits in the long run. So if the treasury has more money, we can do more buybacks. If the users have more money, they are more willing to be a diamond hand. So that is why I think it's important. It's not like a shitting point that Merl is listed on a new exchange, or there's a new meme token on chain, or there's a new whatever AI or GameFi on chain. But this is definitely for long run, because like I said, if everyone has a pretty high APR, they are more willing to stay on Merl.
Yeah, man. And the biggest thing here is you guys are helping Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the most decentralized asset in the world. Bitcoin is the #1 asset that kind of makes or breaks the entire ecosystem. Bitcoin goes up, everyone's happy. Bitcoin goes down, everyone's extremely angry. Right? the mood is just extremely angry. But you guys are helping lock up Bitcoin for a long amount of time. I mean, that's the one thing beauty about Bitcoin DeFi is people are locking their Bitcoins up and they're shizzy proofing it, as I call it, because when you lock something up, you can't sell it, right? So that kind of helps a lot of people because the longer you hold that Bitcoin, the better off you are. I mean, the years and years of experience and in the space will show you that, right? But like, so locking Bitcoin up, locking this entire ecosystem into potentially wrap tokens that are able to do really cool stuff. Do you see any projects like maybe alpha wise that you could see potentially building with wrap Bitcoin or building with MBTC?
Yeah. First, to what you're saying, yeah, I think imagine you're a guy who, staked on Merlin Bitcoin last February when it's like 40K. And then you staked on Solve, staked on Avalon, staked on Babylon, all these tokens. And if you check and you just went to sleep for a year and you woke up today, you are definitely, outperforming everyone in the space. Yeah. And you are not even tired because you were asleep the whole time. So, this definitely shows how important, just to hold Bitcoin. And to answer your question, I think there are still lots of things missing in the BTC space. We had some projects doing Bitcoin-based stablecoin, and it wasn't, working out. And we have, Solve doing, using your Bitcoin to do Jupiter, Ethena on other chains, and the APR is, pretty high in the past year, but it can be higher. So I think everything that Ethereum has proven, it is working. Like that's why people build, stablecoin, because they saw, make it out. So and everything has been proved in the Ethereum space. It will definitely happen again in the Bitcoin space, and it will happen stronger because two fun facts I like to mention is first fun fact is if you check DeFi Llama, you will see if there's no BTC5, which is started by us. If there's no BTC5, the number on DeFi Llama will be so bad. If you check on DeFi Llama, the number will be so bad that you will definitely think, it's a bear market. Just like, if you don't look at Bitcoin price, you check every other token's price, like Ethereum, you will look so bad and people will lose confidence. But right now, when the Bitcoin price is high and also the DeFi Llama number is pretty, people still have confidence. Not people. The people I say is not everyday retail users, but also institutions, also professional investors. It's very important for them to have that kind of faith. The second fun fact is, if you look at Ethereum ecosystem or Solana ecosystem, people hate the projects or builders who just dump the token, but people love the protocols or builders who staked or who help users to stake Ethereum or Solana, because they understand, more people staking the base asset is very important to help the ecosystem to grow. So I think, that mindset should happen on Bitcoin, because when you see more BTC staking projects, when you see more BTC5 projects, no matter you are staking or not, you should support them because they are making your assets more valuable. And like people had doubts. I think if a year ago we were talking here, people should have doubts. But here we go. After 15 months, people should have less doubts because, Solve, Avalon, Merlin, BitLayer, like Bob, like all these projects, they haven't stole your money. It's there. And like all these builders are proven to be safe, comparing to Ethereum DeFi a few years ago, these builders, are proven to be, trustworthy. So yeah, I think people should not have more doubts at this moment and should, to understand and support all these projects because they are making your assets more valuable.
Yeah, man, I love it, 100%. Do you think there's a chance we can get potentially maybe 10% of the Bitcoin wrapped? Talking, hundreds of billions of dollars wrapped up within the next 12 months.
I don't think it will happen in the 12 months because if you look at Bitcoin, 10% will be like 200 billion, right?
Yeah.
But it's actually not 200 billion because there are lots of Bitcoin are just not moving
lost, yeah.
at all. Yeah, they're lost. So if you count those numbers in, I think 10% could be possible.
Hell yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, for sure. And Shizzy, I like you and I were talking about this a little bit pre-show, that like people that accumulate Bitcoin and they have that real estate mentality, it's products like BTC Fi that they're going to be able to earn from. So this is like the foundation of, okay, I want to use my Bitcoin kind of like real estate. Where can I earn it? What products can I use it? BTC Fi is kind of that break ground foundation, I think, of that. So super exciting stuff, Jeff. Any last words on, the WBTC DAO and that announcement?
Yeah, I think people just haven't realized, how many Bitcoin are there just not used. Imagine yourself is micro seller, and you have all this Bitcoin in your vault, and you're just not using it. Imagine you have 1% APR, just 1%. That will create, thousands of new Bitcoin every year, which is crazy, And WBTC, they have, I think, 150,000 Bitcoin in their vault. Imagine just have, a 2% APR, that is 3,000 Bitcoin every year. So like, if there's a way to utilize these assets, it could be huge. It could be bigger than most projects in Web3.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because there's a need for it, so awesome. Well, congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment, and that's awesome. I would love if I was in that position to be a signer. But any other updates for MerlinChain before we let you go?
I think at this moment, the AI products, we are probably going to deliver a few more products in May. We are trying to use a permissionless way to integrate other protocols. So right now, you can ask Merlin Wizard anything about Merlin, right? You can ask more data and you can do execution. But what if there's a new project? For example, if the particle network or Solve protocol or other protocols are trying to use that AI ability, because we got like many people asking us, how can we be part of that? And because they don't want to spend time and effort to build their own AI product. And we're trying to find a way to do this, permissionlessly, to expand to hundreds, thousands of new projects, because all this information are kind of open source on like online. If you check, for example, if you're trying to do research on Solve protocol, you go to their Twitter page, you go to their website, you go to their Medium, their Notion, their GitHub. So all these information are kind of out there. And I know for sure ChatGPT or Grok is not doing that kind of work because they don't care. So what if Merlin Wizard can expand to more projects, just like in a second, and that can help many other teams to deal with their community. So for example, you're a new project owner. You cannot be in the Discord to explain everything to your users every day, but just like throw in a link and they can do this, with the AI agent. So that is the next move for the Merlin Wizard. And I think, this is helping, many other projects as well.
I love that. So it's basically kind of a B2B approach to where you can utilize the Wizard AI to save time and focus more on building and helping kind of customer service in a sense. Did I get that right?
Yeah, but I don't think we are trying to do the B2B. We're just trying to do it in a much permissionless way, such as like you just input the project name and give us like 30 minutes and you can build this project by yourself, and you are not even the owner of the Solve protocol. Just input their website, input their name, input their Medium, and boom, after 30 minutes you build Solve on Merlin AI, and even their team doesn't even know this, but this is easier.
I love that.
Wow, that's absolutely insane. That's futuristic completely, man. That's really cool. Yeah, I can't wait to start using the Wizard to start bridging and stuff like that. Is that something you guys are working with? Because that, to me, that's the biggest thing that I would want. Hey, bridge my Bitcoin over to Merl, or bridge my Merl Bitcoin back to BTC layer 1. Is that something that potentially the AI will be able to do for me?
Yeah, of course, we're trying to achieve more than that, but just waiting
Yeah.
for the final version and waiting for the good timing. We have like a lot more new catalyst in May, but yeah, let's talk about that like next week.
Sounds
Do
good.
it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Last thing, I'm gonna let you go. Does this Bitcoin price action continue up, or do we see pullback?
I mean, the second you leave the show, it goes up. You went up really high. So just take
I know.
another week vacation in Hawaii and see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. But awesome, man. I know you're in London, and you're really busy getting ready for Dubai 2049. But we appreciate you, Jeff. As always, you don't get a founder of a chain to communicate every week, and we thank you so much for that. And we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. See you.
Bye.
See you, buddy. They're absolutely amazing as always, man. Jeff's so funny. Like I was telling you pre-show, like last week I did the Monday show myself, and then Jeff came on and we sat there for like 30, 40, 45 minutes and just just talking about Bitcoin price action stuff. He's somebody who's really knowledgeable. He's someone who's been in the space a really long time. I mean, he's class of 2013, right? I mean, that's saying something, right? When you're buying Bitcoin for $300 instead of buying it for 93,000, right? So it's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, love that segment. Absolutely amazing. And I thank all 218 of you guys on YouTube and the X and everyone else on Abstract, Rumble, and Twitch, man. Absolutely amazing episode. But I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad to be back. Like I always say, and I don't want to make his head so much bigger, but my partner holding it down. Definitely appreciate that, and appreciate you guys, showing back up here on a Monday. And look, guys, we're there. So just keep hanging in tight. But if you could check out our partners, we greatly appreciate that. That helps us a ton. Emblem Vault is the interoperability tooling for Bitcoin Layer 1 ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your puppets, your node monks, your wizards from Bitcoin Layer 1 to MerlinChain, to Abstract, to Base, multiple EVMs to start off with, and eventually Solana as well. And you're going to be able to use the AI agent Hustle as well, to also in the future do Bitcoin transactions for you as well. But don't forget, they have a Rune TGE in September. You can participate in that in a ERC-721 format as of right now, in a pre-sale kind of environment. If you go to OpenSea and search Emblem Founder Vault Keys, you can see that. And then during September's TGE, you'll get instructions on how to get those runes into your Bitcoin wallet. You can visit emblem.vision to learn more there. And BetBTC's the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. All you need is a Bitcoin wallet, some Bitcoin, and 6 Bitcoin blocks, and you can start placing bets right away. They have their Blitz markets, which is a 10-minute timer for you to kind of lock in that price. So you think it's going to go up or you think it's going to go down. After that 10 minutes is up, you wait an additional 10 minutes to see if you won or lost. If you win, they say you get paid out immediately, because it's kind of one of those results that you get right then and there. Also, you can just mess around on their platform because you earn points, guys. And you know what points means? Usually a future TGE there. So go to betbtc.win to learn more there. And Artura Finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. They're going to be launching on a Bitcoin Layer 2, Hemi Bitcoin Layer 2, which is backed by Binance. So big news there. You're going to be able to trade synthetic Bitcoin fungibles like Ordi, Sats, Doggo to the Moon, $1 billion cat, possibly, as well as the popular tokens outside of the Bitcoin ecosystem, XRP, Tau, Ethereum, things like that. But if you head over to Artura.finance, you can learn more about them. Super exciting. You can also participate in their passive earning with supplying liquidity to their vaults. So check those guys out. Amazing stuff. They're going to be having their mainnet launch very soon. And then Fluid Tokens. They started off on Cardano. They moved over to the Bitcoin. They're still building on Cardano, but they made huge waves, guys. They were the first to offer staking on Bitcoin Layer 1 to retail users. They just had their FLDT Rune launch, and you're able to unstake your passes and get your runes in your wallet. Make sure you guys go do that. It's one transaction to get your original item staked and your reward all in one transaction. Super exciting stuff with that. And their Doggo to the Moon vault will be open very soon once we get closer to the Bitcoin 2025 conference. So if you are a founder of an ordinal collection, or you etched a rune and you have an established community, head over to their Discord, ask them how to get a staking vault started. They will hook you up. They have a team waiting for you guys there. They have exciting stuff coming with their Aquarium, which is the bridge between Bitcoin and Cardano. You're going to be able to stake. You're going to be able to swap. exciting stuff there. Go check out fluidtokens.com. And MerlinChain, your #1 scaling solution for Bitcoin native L1 assets and protocols. We just had Jeff on here, amazing founder, tons of experience. And now they're in the wrapped Bitcoin DAO. That's huge. I don't know if you guys understand how big that is. That's just so big for their reputation, for their brand, as well as the future of MBTC as well. But if you want to help secure the chain and you have Merlin tokens, you can do so at MerlinChain.io and go to, I think it's POS staking, and you can earn up to 15% APR. They do have plans to add the Bitcoin in there, and we'll update you guys as soon as we get that information. But if you're a builder and you want to scale out your protocol from Bitcoin Layer 1, build on MerlinChain, as they have great builder support. We have multiple partners that have been involved, built there, and it's an amazing experience, guys. You can go to MerlinChain.io to learn more there. And finally, don't forget about our integrated partners and Foxy AI building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and their first-person shooter game called Cypher Striker, which we will be live streaming tomorrow, Tuesday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Should be fun. I'm probably gonna get like 3 kills and get killed about 50 times, but I just have fun in there with you guys, right? So kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, but it'll be fun. Everybody's invited. All you need is a Bitcoin supported wallet, or I believe they support Phantom and MetaMask as well. Super exciting. We'll see you guys there tomorrow. And then Ordinal Hive is the Ordinal aggregator marketplace. So think something like SAS Terminal, but with Ordinal collections, right? So it's going to be super exciting. I know they have a lot of partnerships coming up, and also they have really good trader tools. So make sure you take advantage of that, like their live mempool insights. And we thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. And just to let you know, it's hard. Like I had to do it all week last week, dude. And buy Fluid tokens, I'm like, yeah, we got a bunch of other partners. Check them out too. Shout out to you, man. Do that every single day. Not easy, guys. Not easy. But if you guys have a few more minutes and wouldn't mind checking out OnChain Revolution.io, we have some of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023, guys. If you know someone just entering the space, please send them our website. We really feel like it can help them get started and code up to where we are today. If you guys need a VPN, you guys can go get some free ones, right? There's free ones out there. They work okay. Depends on, if you like your connection or not. But I find that Nord is easily the best one. Nord will actually help you find malware on your computer as well. So you can always daily check that. Make sure you didn't accidentally download any malware. Nord has your back. And it's only $3 a month, guys. It's stupid not to have a NordVPN. It really is. Me and Yago, we both have one. I think I paid $36 for the year. Set it, forget it. I think it's actually coming up again for me to pay it again. So I'm excited to actually just get that out of the way again. But really looking forward to more features that they're going to be adding as well. So that's one thing that's awesome is too. So they keep adding new stuff. So if you guys are going to Bitcoin 2025 Las Vegas, we have the tickets here. Guys, it's about to be May. These tickets are about to go nuts. Do not wait any longer. If you're going, get the tickets here. Get the festival pass. It's a lot cheaper. Industry pass has gone up a lot since we first started talking about it, but that gets you all 3 days. The festival only gets just the back 2 days. But if you're just interested in going, you definitely use our link. It definitely helps the show, and we really appreciate it. And if you guys need merch for that event or any event, check out our store tab. We are going to be taking down the Ordinal Revolution shirt. It is gone, guys. If you have one, you're an OG. That you got 2 days left to order this before we take it down if you're interested. So definitely check that out. But once it's gone, you'll never see it again, and we'll know who the real OGs are rocking the Ordinal Revolution t-shirt. But if you guys want some on-chain Revolution merch, we have it all here. We got hats, jackets, school bags, and much more. Check everything out at onchainrevolution.io. And guys, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution roll call. Market recap. You not bullish enough. No. You're not bullish enough. No. Look at the price go. Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear track. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How do the market react? Fear and greed, gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and arching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction. OnChain revolution.